time to have four of our amazing leaders who's going to be talking tonight. I want to open up the first leader, Mr. Billy Brandon. He's a 10K executive manager. He's out from St. Louis, Missouri, and he's been doing this type of network marketing for over 10 years. So, Billy, take it away, please.
Hey, Brad, thanks. I appreciate you having me on tonight, and I appreciate you, appreciate James, everybody on the call. Like Brad said, my name is Billy Brandon. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I am just a regular guy. I don't consider myself special. I was just looking for a way to get out of the rat race and create an income that was residual income and that would pay me and create a lifestyle that I want. So I'm glad to be here. Glad to be with my friends Otis Riggins, Adam Levy, Ron Gildenberg, all my buddies, everybody on here, James, Brad. And I want to cover a topic that I'm very passionate about tonight. And I think it really helps grow your business if you utilize this tool. And then I want to give you some tips on how to be successful with Ctfo. So first thing I want to talk about is the three-way call. When I first started network marketing a little over 10 years ago, that was a key tool that I used in order to take myself out of the equation because I was new and I didn't know a lot, but it also gave me the power to give my prospect the information from a veteran of the company. So when I talk about three-way calls, the main thing is it is the most widely used tool in network marketing. And if it's done right, it's incredibly powerful. What it does is it takes you out of the equation. It allows a seasoned person that's in the company, your upline, to do give all the information to your prospect without you having to do anything. And it also allows you to learn from your sponsor, your enroller, as he does those calls, because then you just absorb the information that he does, that he gives that prospect for you. And then eventually you're going to step up in the role of being the leader and doing the three-way calls with your prospects. So it's a very powerful tool. The main thing that I want to I want everybody to take away from a three-way call is that even if you're brand new and you know nothing about the company, the products, the comp plan, anything, don't be afraid to prospect, because you can still prospect and utilize a three-way call and still get the information to your prospect and still build your team, even if you're going to the company for 24 hours. So with that, that's all I wanted to talk about, guys, and point out to you, just some tips and tricks on how to be successful and how to do three-way calls. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ron Gildenberg, who is my personal enroller in Ctfo. I'm glad I found him on January 31st of this year. Ron's got almost 30 years part-time in the network marketing industry. He's an IT tech, been an IT tech for 19 years. He lives in Houston, Texas. In his recent other network marketing companies, he's had some success. He's had 4,000 or 5,000 monthly residual incomes coming in. So he's done some really good things in network marketing, and now he believes Ctfo is the business for him. Been with Ctfo for 14 months. He's a 10K executive manager, and I'm very, very grateful to have found him and locked arms with him in this business. So with that, Ron, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Billy. I'm really excited about Ctfo. Like you said, I've been part-time in network marketing for most of about 28 years now. Always had a full-time job, or when I went back to school was a full-time student. So I was always doing network marketing part-time. And I'm just, like Billy said, and I feel the same way. I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a network marketing professional. I'm just a regular guy. And I feel like Ctfo gives everyone a chance to be successful. And it really has shined a light on what we're doing and the thoughts of the company, the beliefs. It's amazing. One thing that I've done in network marketing over the years, and I've done about maybe 10 or 12 different companies over that time. Some were good, some were not so good. I've always been very persistent in what I was doing, and I had that never quit attitude. And I have the same attitude with CTFO. And the thing is, you're not always going to have your times when everything is up. You're going to have challenges along the way in any network marketing company. But you, like Billy said, always stay positive and always, press your way forward, plug your way forward, no matter what the challenges are. Because you never know when that one person that's going to change your business comes into your group, and could be somebody you sponsored or somebody in your group sponsored. So you never know. One thing I wanted to touch on is just different ways of prospecting. And I've done some warm market prospecting. I've done some Facebook Messenger, usually private messaging. Done some Craigslist ads. I did find Billy through a Craigslist ad, believe it or not, but Billy signed up through a Craigslist ad. And I'm also doing Michael Swilling's advertising co-op. So I do multiple ways of prospecting. And another thing that I'm doing, and I kind of want to touch more on this, is I go to a business network meeting or two, at least one or two a month. And I've been doing that for most of the last year. And when you go to business networking meetings, and they have network meetings all over the country. You never know who you're going to run into. I mean, some of the meetings that I've went to had 150 or 200 people there in all different kinds of businesses. People that were insurance agents, real estate, healthcare, financial people, some network marketers, some attorneys, some personal trainers. So you never know who you're going to run into and who may be interested in your business. And you just go to those events and, network a little bit and pass out your business card. We do have a great card. Adam has the best cards that I've seen. And so you never know who you're going to run into. And I have signed up some customers and a few business builders that are getting involved with us in that, in the network meetings. One thing that one of them that I do is called Network After Work, and it's a nationwide network meeting. They're in most large cities across the country. And that meeting is usually over 100 people there, sometimes 200, but it just depends on your size of your city. Some are good and some are okay, average, but you never know who you're going to run into. And Network After Work, that one is, most of them are free of the different kinds of network meetings. That one, they do charge like $15 a meeting. But what I wanted to tell you is they have the annual membership that you could buy for $35. I renewed, it was $35, but I just looked and it was like $49 for a whole year and gets you into all their meetings. And they have at least one a month or two a month in all large cities. So that's just one thing that's good. Another way you can find these networking groups is through Meetup. There's a lot of Meetup groups, and I found that Meetup has an app on you could download on your phone. And when you download the app, you set a profile, what your likes are, and you could have tag words like holistic health, professional networking, entrepreneurs, healthy living, keto groups, since we're now doing keto, CBD, just all kinds of things. And you kind of see what kind of Meetup groups are in your area, people that have similar interests, and you could find a lot of people, that way. And so it's really, really an interesting way to prospect. Maybe not as fast as some other ways, but you can find some good people that way. And with our upline support, Otis and Adam Levy, and I appreciate everybody in our group, Billy, Brad, James, and everyone else. I just really appreciate everybody, and I'm always here to help. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Billy.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's some really good information. I didn't know that you could, I like playing guitar, so maybe there's a music meet that I could go to and meet with other musicians and then offer my CBD products or business opportunities. So thank you so much. So yeah. The next gentleman that I want to call out here is, I met him at our regional convention over there in Connecticut. Adam introduced me to him, and me and him have really just locked arms, been talking with each other and just inspiring each other. And he's a great friend, great mentor, and I do call on him a lot about his advice on things. and his name is Otis Riggins. He is from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's been in network marketing for over 40 years. He is retired from the government in '96, and he's just getting ready to announce his retirement on December 27th from a private carrier service. Otis, I got to tell you, I'm really glad Adam connected me and you together, man. I enjoy talking with you and learning from you, and I can't wait to hear what you got to share. So, Otis, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, wow. Can you hear me okay, Billy?
Yes, sir.
And I'm struggling with this voice, so you guys bear with me here. But before I let you get away, Billy, let me just say, man, I have a ton of respect for you, man. It's rare when you run across people that you can look in their eyes and you can see the fire. And when I met you and Ron, let me just say this publicly, I could see the fire in you guys' eyes. And that is very, very crucial in order for you to survive in this industry. As Billy said, I've been in the industry about 42 years and got involved back in 1977. I'm a Vietnam veteran, came home in 1973. 74, I went to work for the government. Got that thing they called a good job, and I was off and running. And I think somewhere around 77 is when I saw an opportunity with a company called Shackley, which was parallel with the granddaddy of them all, Amway. And we were actually having meetings in the same convention center. They'd be in one room, we'd be in the next. And we were just rah, rah, rah. Everybody was just going at it. We were all excited about having our own business. So that's kind of where my humble beginnings started. But let me just say this. I've been in the industry 42 years. I've been full-time in network marketing 7 of those 42 years, where I was literally full-time. And that's a beautiful place to get to as I move to my subject, because I promised Billy I wasn't going to be long. But here's why you want to get away from linear income. You want to get away from it because you're literally just trading hours for dollars. I can speak on that because I've retired literally twice from the government. And I found out real quick why they call it a pension, y'all. They call it a pension because it's a pinch of what you were making when you were working a regular 40-hour week. So you're supposed to make it on that. Well, most people can't make it on that. So, of course, I was too young to be retired at the time. So I went to work with another company called Navistar, gave them 10 years of my life. Made more money, again, in that linear realm of trading hours for dollars to where I was breaking 6 figures. Now, I really thought I had it going on. But the problem was when my youngest son said to me one time, he said, "Dad, we never see you." And I paused, y'all, because I realized that I was working literally 12 to 16-hour days. And I was so busy making a living that I didn't have a life. Well, that's really why I focused on network marketing. And I really want to touch on the topic. I told Billy I was going to touch on the topic of how to become bulletproof. You have got to become bulletproof in this industry or you're not going to last. I'm telling you, I was sharing with Billy, a lot of the people that I started with some 12 months ago, it would have been about December this time last year, when I was really looking at pulling the trigger on this thing and really engaged in January, I think it was, is when we took off. But here's what I want you to know. A lot of the people that started with me are gone today, but that's okay because no one person is going to determine your success in this business. Let me tell you what the secret sauce is to this business. The secret sauce is you. It's you. How big is your why? Your why has to be big enough to make you cry. I'm serious when I say that. You have got to have a why that is so big that no matter how long it takes, look, if anybody knows, I've been running at this for 40 plus years. I've never broke 10,000 a month, but I've been real close, and 10,000 was all I was ever after. But y'all, here's what you want to get in your mind. In 42 plus years, I've never, ever, timing-wise, got with a company like Ctfo, timing-wise. It is so important to get with a company timing-wise because if you're in there at the right time, you're going to be with them when they go through that explosion, what we call critical mass, where it just blows up and you have this overnight success or successful things. But here's what you want to do. Remember, you're the secret sauce, and it's how big is your why. You got to read. I heard Bill, you got to expand your mind. You got to watch training videos. And yes, I have a group meeting that's strictly for going to get information to keep you plugged in on a daily basis. And I normally do that 6 days a week. And everything that I post, I actually look at before I post. And then you want to contact people every day. You really got to be ignorance on fire with this. You don't want to be now. The difference. Ignorance on fire is we don't know everything there is to know about this business. Okay? You don't need to know everything. What you need to know is that you got an opportunity that will set people free financially and will help people with pay. That's where you need. Knowledge on ice is where, well, I got my foot on the brake. I haven't started yet because I need to get this information. I need to get this label information. I need to get this, that, and too much. You got your foot on the brake. You ain't going nowhere. Your knowledge on ice. Be ignorant with this thing. Just take off and run. The best way to find out how you get paid is enroll people. Get them set up on auto ship. Keep enrolling people. That's how you become what I call ignorance on fire. I don't need to know everything. So every day you want to do something. And then you have to get the nose out of the way. Here's why you got to get the nose out of the way. And here's why you have to plug into what I was just talking about. You got to get the nose out of the way because each time a person tells you no, it's like being shot. It's like it wounds you. I mean, think about it. Your friend tells you no. Oh, no, he told me no. I call one more person. No. I get 3 or 4 no's. I'm wounded. I am dead. I ain't going nowhere. Okay? What you got to do is you got to really look at where you are and where you want to go. And then you got to be willing to plug into the system, and you got to be willing to get the nose out of the way, and then you can be, do, have. You can become the person you're supposed to be. You could, if you do the hard thing, you can have what it is you want in life. I'm gonna pass it back over to Billy.
Wow. Wow, Otis, man. You talk about fire. You talk about somebody who is in it to win it. Awesome. Awesome, Otis. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow. I see your passion, brother, and I love you for that. All right. So now, guys, I want to introduce somebody to you that I've had the pleasure. Ron introduced me to Adam Levy when I first got started. And I've had the pleasure of meeting him in person in Connecticut as well at the regional, and built a great friendship with him. Me and him talk on a if not every day, at least twice or 2 times, 3 times a week. I learned from this gentleman. He's a great leader, great mentor, great friend. He's been in the industry for over 30 years. He's from Canton, Connecticut. He's 50K Senior Vice President with Ctfo. He's a member of the Leadership Advisory Council Board. He is a lifestyle keto coach, and he's the one, the only Adam Levy. Adam, over to you.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that. And you guys, I tell you what, put me on after Otis. What were you guys thinking? How do I top that? Otis is on fire. But I'm excited to be here, and thank you for inviting me to say a few words here tonight. You know, this team is really on a tear. It's one of the fastest growing teams in all of Ctfo. And I'm just honored to be able to work with you guys and to try to keep up with what you're doing. It's just amazing online. And, you know, it's one of the things I love about this business is, you know, we're giving away a free online wholesale CBD dispensary. And so a lot of people, you know, kind of they throw their hat in, right? They join for free. They got no skin in the game, but it goes kind of viral. And what happens is you get people like Brad and Ron and people like that and Billy that show up in depth because they were attracted to it, and they've got incredible skill sets that are maybe better than my own or better than yours. And so that's what ends up happening. And they build a business because they've got their own desires, they've got their own whys and reasons for doing this that have nothing to do with yours. But they are motivated, self-motivated to get busy and get going and to change their life. And this is a platform that certainly can allow you to do that. Well, I've got just a couple of things I want to cover tonight. First of all, congratulations to Bradley. Bradley just hit 5K, so great job on that. Also, that pushes up people in our comp plan. Billy Brandon just hitting 10K executive manager. Huge shout out for that, Billy. I know you've been cranking at this for a while, and to finally hit that 10K mark, that's significant. So just congratulations on all your efforts. You guys have been so consistent. And of course, Ron, that pushed you to 10K as well. Congratulations there. That's a great, great milestone. And then, of course, what that's done for Otis is amazing. Otis hitting 15K executive manager. Man, you sounded like a 15K or more tonight for sure. And so congratulations on that as well. You guys are just tearing it up. I'm sure there's some others on the team that are about to hit 5K. And it's just amazing what's happening with this compensation plan and some of the enhancements that have just recently happened. So people are on the mission. Here we are in December. You know, what are we, 10 days before Christmas? And, you know, there's no let up in sight. People are just cranking at this business. Our product line makes incredible stocking stuffers. So hopefully everybody's getting CBD for the holidays, right? I know in my house, they're all getting it. That's it. The skincare, all my girls are getting skincare, right? And, you know, it's just amazing how fast this is moving for so many people. I just did an event over at Ashley and James' home in Vernon, Connecticut. Great, great couple that are doing amazing things as well. They've got some new things on the horizon, some great new people that have just joined. And they're, you know, they're really closing in on 5K as well. And I know they're going to be a powerhouse in our business as well. And so I just had a really great time doing that. You can catch that presentation on Facebook in its entirety that I did at the in-home there just the other night. So I would suggest that you hop on that. There were some slides available too that I used at that event. I made those available. You can pick them up at a website, cbdbizcards.com. That's cbdbiz, B-I-Z, cards, plural, .com. And under the social media marketing tab, I've updated that a little bit. There's a new download section, and you can download that PDF as well as another one, and I can kind of show you what those look like. So you want to maybe hop on those. But what I want to do tonight is, since we're talking about recognition and hitting titles, I wanted to share my screen here and just see if we can cover the compensation plan enhancements and kind of go into some detail about that. So hopefully everybody can see my screen right now. And I want to cover just some important parts, some aspects that have been added to our plan. What's great is everything that was in our plan before is still there. There were no changes to that, you know, and that's kind of a unique thing in network marketing in general. Usually when there's a compensation plan change, it's because they're taking money from one part of the plan and they're putting it in another part of the plan, which always, 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 in my 30 years experience, hurts someone, right? It always is the case. Well, that didn't happen here because the owners of Ctfo are paid in the same compensation plan as we are in the field, the associates. They're associates just like us. They're really our upline. So, you know, they want, you know, the same things in their compensation plan as we would want. So when they make a decision, it's based on that knowledge and that's how they get paid as well. So you don't see those kinds of things and that are, you know, going to be hurting somebody where it's helping somebody else. And so I want to point out some of these things on the, for instance, the one-time rank advancement bonus. This is brand new money that they just added to the compensation plan. This didn't exist before. Companies doing so well, they've been able to stockpile enough of a war chest of money to be able to say, okay, let's throw some gasoline on this fire and let's take some extra cash and throw it at people as they're hitting these one-time bonuses, these rank advancement bonuses. And what's great is they started 5K executive manager. And I know some of you have already gotten your 5K bonus of 500. It was tacked onto your check. That was awesome. Some of you others are going to be getting your 10K one or your 15K one coming up soon. But I want to point out how these work. And you know, if you look at this sheet here, you can read, there's some important things that are important to know here. And I do want to point out that there is also a little bit of a typo. If you see this asterisk right here, okay, next to 25K, there was supposed to be, and there will be on an updated version of this, an asterisk here on the 15K, which is very, very important to notice as well. And it's important, and I'm going to explain why. And you're going to get this announcement. You guys are hearing about it first. We found this typo just a few days ago, and it's an important one because when it comes to the 5K and the 10K, these positions here, when you hit those titles, okay, they release that money the following week. The $500 and the $1,000, you get that in your very next Wednesday check when you hit those titles. And you also have the other caveat here, which is no more than 60% of the volume can come from any one leg. Okay, so That's important. And the reason for that is simply this. There's laws and rules in network marketing. There's lottery rules, right? You can't just sign one person up and they go become a superstar and you ride their coattails all the way to all that cash, right? That would be, well, it would fly against the FTC rules. You can't have that. So there's some sort of a balance that needs to happen. No more than 60% of the volume can come from any one leg when it comes to these advancements, right? Now, what's nice about Ctfo is they're going to give you, and they're going to recognize you at 5K, regardless of whether you're, 60% of the volume is coming from any one leg. So to actually hit the title of 5K or 10K or 15K or any of those, it's just based on the volume, right? For the most part, if you look at the qualifications, you can pretty much, just get there via the volume. And there's other bonuses that open up. There's like, other levels that you get. When you hit 5K, you get 2 more levels of pay. When you hit 10K, you get, 2 more levels of pay in the matrix. So that still exists and hasn't changed. For this one bonus that we're talking about here, this rank advancement bonus, they had to put in this 60% volume can only come from any one leg, or else people could game the system. People could buy large, batches of product and return it and cash in on all that money. And so, it saves the company from having certain issues. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. When you're looking at, hitting the title, you want to look at your side volume, right? You probably have one leg that's just cranking. Maybe you have a couple of legs that are doing well. But if you've got, all you've done is have one super leg, and you don't have any other side volume, you've kind of been sitting on the sidelines, kind of cheering your one group on, well, that's fine. You'll hit some of these titles, but you're not going to get the cash unless you've got that outside volume. 40% of the volume has got to come from another leg. So be aware of that, and just know that that's part of the equation here. It's a good thing that's there. It's important that it's there, and it keeps the company safe as far as, not having to, pay out monies that aren't really earned or deserved. That's very, very important. And it's extremely lucrative. I mean, most companies would do that 60-40 split at these levels. They would do it right here. They would do it from the very beginning. And, if you brought in a superstar and you and that person shot up to 5K, well, guess what? They would get it and you wouldn't, because it was all in one leg. Well, in Ctfo, they're going to give you $500, even if it's all, most of that volume's in one leg. And when you hit the 10K, they're going to give you $1,000, even if it's all in one leg. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it in network marketing. But when you get to this level here and beyond, you need to pay attention to that 60-40 split. So just know that that's the case. And then the other caveat too is the asterisk that's missing here on these levels that I'm showing you, that I'm highlighting. It does require 8 consecutive pay periods at being at that rank in order to get that money. So those are the 2 main qualifications that you want to be aware of at these levels right here. Okay, again, at these levels, when you're first getting going, we're just going to pay you the cash. Okay, pretty amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it. Again, most companies make you jump through all the hoops and hurdles to even get through this right here. And we don't do that. We're going to pay you that cash. And let me tell you, that's going to be a big check for those brand new people who are out there building it and they hit 5K, an extra $500. That's major. Extra $1,000 on top of their other commissions. Absolutely brilliant. So hopefully that's clear and everybody's aware of that. I want to make sure that, because this team is moving fast, and I know you guys are hitting titles, and I just want you to watch that side volume, and then also just realize that you need to hold that for a good, 8 consecutive pay periods at 15K and above in order to get that and release that money, the 1,500 and beyond. So, in a lot of cases, whether it be the balance or whatever it is, you want to think beyond the level that you're about to hit. You want to think beyond that. You want to keep that pedal down. Some people will get that 15K executive manager bonus and their volume might need to be 20K. right? Because, you know, they don't have a good split in their balance. They need some outside volume, right? So those are just some things to consider, and just know that it's there. But I'm telling you, it's lucrative, and this is brand new money that wasn't here a few weeks ago that is here now. All right, let's see. The next thing I wanted to cover is this unbelievable business builder pack program. Let's see if I can find it in the comp plan. Here it is right here. Okay, great. The business builder pack fast startup pay. This is huge, guys. This is absolutely huge. I want to make sure that you don't miss it, that you're not underestimating this. Some of the biggest checks that you're going to hear about in Ctfo are going to come because people are out there promoting this business builder pack and getting involved with it. Now, the way it works is simply this. There's 3 different levels. There's silver, gold, and platinum. Those are the different size packs. This is the deepest discount way to get our product. It's the best value. People are going to buy these packs more than once because they are the best value. They've got products in it that they're going to want to use and try anyway. And so the key to this, though, is you have to at least have purchased one of these packs at one point or another in order to unlock this part of the compensation plan that I'm about to show you. If you don't get at least a silver pack, which is $2.99 they start at, then you don't have access to this. And what happens is somebody in your group buys a pack, and the commission from that rolls past you to the next person upline that is qualified. Very clear about that. I have to say, there's people, I've seen it happen. I went and I looked at my my payout at one point a few weeks ago, and I saw $100 that I earned on a single individual in my organization, and I didn't know who it was. And I looked at that person, I said, okay, who's above them? And I realized that somebody above them left that money on the table. They hadn't bought at least a silver business builder pack, and so they lost out on the commission for that pack, and it rolled right past them and went to me, and it was $100. It was absolutely amazing. So the way it works is, and by the way, the difference between silver, gold, and platinum, the bigger the pack, the better the savings. So that's the first thing. Second thing is at the silver level, you're paid down through 7 levels in our matrix, and that really has to do with our team pay, which I'll show you in a minute. If you get started, and it's lifetime qualification. So you're going to be qualified to get paid 7 levels in the matrix when it comes to this pack. Gold, you're going to get another 7 levels for a total of 14 levels. And then at the platinum level, if you buy one of the platinum packs, you are locked in to get paid. Here it is down here, 21 levels of team pay, 21 levels. Absolutely amazing. So that's all the levels, right, in our matrix. So, you know, and you can start with a silver and then you can move up to a platinum. That's okay. It's fine to do that. Or you can just, as I like to say, tear the Band-Aid off right away and just go get a platinum and be qualified for all 21 levels like that, right? But you're going to want more than one of these packs. Over time, you're going to see that they're incredible values. A lot of people will buy more than one of these. When you sell your first pack of the silver, you're going to get $25. When you sell your second, you're going to get $25. And when you sell your third, you're also going to get $25. From then on in, though, from the fourth and beyond, you're going to get $100 every single time you sell a silver pack. Every time somebody who personally enrolled buys one of those packs, you're going to make $100. You make a $2.99 sale, you made $100. Absolutely incredible. When it comes to the gold, first, second, and third, you're making $50 on those. And from the fourth one on, every time you sell one, $200 every time. Absolutely amazing. And then platinum, guys, they're $9.99 for these platinum packs, right? If you've got a doctor, a chiropractor, somebody who can move the product, you can get 16 bottles of our 10X Pure Gold in one of the platinum packs, and it's like $11.99 or something like that. 16 bottles. I got doctors buying them. People are buying these packs, and I make $100 on the first 3 that I sell, but from then on in, $400 every time. Every time somebody buys one of those. And again, I want to be real clear about this. If you start with a silver pack for $2.99, you're paid on the platinum packs just like that. Even though you came in for $299, you bring in platinums, 100, 100, 100, then 400 on each platinum that you bring in. Now, I will say this, a lot of people are gonna ask you, how'd you get started? And if you say, well, I started with a silver pack, chances are they're gonna wanna start with a silver pack. If you say I started with a gold pack, they might say, well, shoot, that's the way I should get started. If you say, hey, wait, I wanted to make sure I didn't leave any money on the table. I got paid all 21 levels. I had people that needed this product anyway. I wanted to try this whole, I got the platinum pack because that was just the smart way to go. Then you're going to sell probably more platinum packs, right? I bought a platinum pack. Made sense to me. Had all kinds of products in it that I was going to stuff in the stockings anyway. Worked out good, right? I did my Christmas shopping in one purchase. So anyway, so that's just a little bit about how that plan works. There's some additional monies that are being paid out though, and that's what this team pay is all about. And again, depending on which pack you buy, depends on, you know, or determines how many levels of pay that you're going to get paid. All right. So I'm going to point out this money here, when this is being paid out, the remainder, what was left over to get to this number, is going into the team pay. I'm going to say it again. Okay. Always, 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 that's being paid out on every pack that's moving. Every pack that's sold, that's the amount that's being paid out. When this is being paid to the enroller, the remainder is going into team pay, 21 levels it's being paid, okay? I think there's a whole chart here on it. There it is, boom. Okay, that's what it looks like, right? So if you got this organization and people are, you know, out there doing their thing and 21 levels of matrix pay that's going on, you know, and a platinum pack comes in on your 7th level, you make 40 bucks on that one, right? And it's somewhere in your organization, not too shabby. Now, what happens in the matrix? We've got profit sharing positions, PSPs. Don't they multiply your income in the matrix? Everybody shake their head. Yeah, okay. So if you've got a 2-time multiplier, because you got 2 of your positions stacked, guess what? You don't make 40, you make 80 bucks. Or, you know, if it's on one of these levels, 40 bucks. What if you got triple pay? Guys, you understand how big this money is in this part of the plan. So how do you get involved in this program? Well, minimally, you buy a silver pack, $2.99. That's it. That's what you have to do. Minimum requirements to participate is to get that pack. And here's what I have to tell you. You bring people into this business, you show them this opportunity, they're going to hear about these packs. They're going to buy one. You're going to want to make sure you have one first.